This is Mama Thea of Asli Pure, and when I want to hear the story from the lion and the lioness, I listen to Lion Voice with Ras Kwasi Bonsu.
What do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Elected himself. Where's right for ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hail them high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe.
Cool.
Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at well, black woman me come for love and protect you. Look how long Babylon disrespect you. Rastafari never reject you. Them just want to sex you. Well then, black woman me come for love and protect you. Look how long Babylon disrespect you. Rastafari will never neglect you. Lion him want to take you. Well then, black woman them treat you worse than sin. Ask them dirty boy how that them beating. How them get so slack for attack your black skin. How them get so slack for go practice bleaching. No.
May I talk about this year's theme?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this year's theme I'm particularly excited about because I think it's a long time coming. This year's theme is the dawning of the Rastafari priestess and prophetess. Now, I personally am a prophetess. I'm a philosopher by academic training and a literature professor. You know that. The prophetess side of me is something that I was born with, something that I've come to accept at my age. And I know that within Rastafari, traditionally, the role of the priestess and the prophetess, it doesn't exist. So because of that, but because they do exist, it doesn't exist within the structure and the tradition of Rastafari, but it exists within the reality of the women who are priestesses and prophetesses. So because of that, I want to be able to provide an opportunity for women who have those energies, or even if you don't. I'm not saying that every woman who's coming this year has said that she's a priestess or a prophetess. But if women do have that energy, I don't want us any longer to have to be in the shadows. The Rastafari priest and prophet isn't in the shadows. Rastafari has a lot of its origins and basis within the Bible. The Bible speaks of priestesses and prophetesses. Moses' sister, Miriam, was a prophetess. You understand? Deborah, exactly. You understand? So those women exist. However, those roles just weren't integrated into Rastafari. Now, some people might say, well,
Priestess, I don't know in the Hebrew tradition if they have a priestess tradition, but there are many African
well,
spiritual systems that have priestesses.
if you look at the Nazarite as a high priest, and the prophecy says whether man or woman wants to take that vow, you understand? So we know that the Nazarite is a priest. And if a woman can be a Nazarite, I argue that she can be a priestess just by default. You understand? So
She had an answer ready, family. See that as academic to make sure.
and as a Rastafari woman,
Yes,
in the liberty for 36 years.
36
Who knows
years.
my liberty?
Yes,
You understand? So that's why this year is really, really special. And we're going to just open all types of very positive portals, for our sisters so that we can, because, how Haile Selassie talks about the new race. And I don't think that I delve deep enough into that. We like to quote it. It's all over the place. But what does that new race really look like?
Our education has not properly prepared us.
Neither has our religious dogma.
Yes.
You
Well,
understand?
that's part of the education.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And so because of that, and because we know the strong spiritual or ieretical practices of our mother, you know, they talk a lot about Empress Menen and how she built churches and, you know, how religious she is, you understand? But I will argue that a lot of the things that we view or we think are religious are really spiritual for some people and ieretical. And so with that comes, and then we talk about African traditions, indigenous African traditions that haven't been, you know, usurped or bastardized by these religions. They have priestesses and prophetesses. They exist. You know that, Kwasi. We know that these roles exist even if we don't name them.
Yes.
You know that woman who can tell you her dream and then it comes true. You know that woman who can speak power over your life. You understand? So we know the people, we know the energy, but we haven't given them the name. Well, in Rastafari, we're giving them this name. Will there be a fight? Of course there'll be a fight.
Creating institutions that can channel these energies.
Exactly.
So that we can cultivate a reality that we want to see.
Yes,
I do agree. You know, harnessing the power of woman is critical for this new alternative reality that we are going to build. So I am an ally in the sense that, you know, this platform is the highest platform, the lion voice. You know, anytime the blue fire needs to get a sound out. And I are committed because we need, you know, I like structure.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the loosey-goosey or the willy-nilly, they don't last.
Right.
They have a time, they ebb and flow. You know? But if we have an institution, we can build.
Right.
We can continue to scale.
Exactly.
You know, these are the type of songs that, this is where my heavens is at this point in the movement, because what worked in the early days will not work in the latter days.
Right.
You know, they're just releasing an Apple headphone goggles that fully immersive, where you can use augmented reality. You can, you know, it's integrating the thing. So if we as Rastafari think we're competing with that, with just how we used to meet and chat.
True.
We gonna get blown out the water.
True.
You know what I mean? The youth them are not. You know, so as we pass away, and let's reset the institutions, everything that we hold dear is gonna pass away with us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There are civilizations that built pyramids. You can't find them people there. You know what I mean? So we can't have that hubris to think just because Haile Selassie is the Almighty and we declare it that this judgment's non-partial.
Yes, I.
And Haile Selassie created institutions. So we're not doing what he did as we hear him. So
and you know, from a woman's perspective, you know, I have been, my PhD is in leadership. So that's why I am the way I am, right? Yes. So I'm a philosopher. I have a degree in philosophy and a degree in leadership. You put those together, you know. Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, when I created founded the Haile Selassie First Learning Center in 2005, that was the whole impetus for that. You know, where's the infrastructure? You know, where are the institutions? Yes. So in 2005, I was working on behalf of my father. In 2017, when I created in 2015, when I created Lalibela Institute, I was working on behalf of my mother. You know, so I don't come from a single parent household. I love both of my parents equally, and I work on both of their behalf equally. So it's important that we create the structures that you're talking about, that they be long lasting, and that they be of a certain standard as well. And I'm a stickler for that. You understand? I mean, it's really important. We know who our parents are, and we know what their standards are, and those are the standards that we uphold.
Time for celebration. Out of hell, and we reach an elevation. Yeah, time for your creation. Well, black woman me come for love and protect you. Look how long Babylon disrespect you. Rastafari never reject you. Them just want to sex you. Well then, black woman me come for love and protect you. Look how long Babylon disrespect you. Rastafari will never neglect you. Zion him want to take you. Well then, black woman them treat you worse than sin. Ask them dirty boy out that them beating. How them get so slack for attack your black skin. How them get so slack for go practice bleaching. No, let's get back to teaching. Mother of creation, you know, like not a thing. Plus you're full of melanin, that's why she whining with perfect timing. No, black woman me come for love and protect you. Look along them heathen disrespect you. Rastafari never reject you. Them just want to sex you. Well then, black woman me come for love and protect you. Look how long Babylon disrespect you. Rastafari never neglect you. As I only want to take you. Well then, she survived the molestation and tribulation. Try steal your joy when you're young. Babylon want mash up your meditation. Stamp on the plantation. Curse passed down through generation. Till these sheep read revelation. Weep not, tell them that the lion has come. No.